Bobcat T190 front skid steer loader, and this machine has a problem. No power, engine doesn't rev up to the maximum RPM. Yeah, let's start the machine, confirm the issue first as usual. Okay, my skid steer is running. Let's push the throttle control lever all the way to the front, and you can see here a little bit RPM increased, and we all way to the front to the max, and barely have any power. Let's do one more time. Listen, the engine response. A few years ago, I filmed the video when we had a problem with the cable. Check the video down below. But today we have absolutely different cause of this problem. We have a problem with the governor. Yeah, I will show you everything as demonstration what I did, and now machine is fixed. Let's check the video after the repair and listen to the engine. You can hear a big difference, and yeah, let's get this machine back in business again. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, we're at the injection pump, and I'm pushing speed control lever, and as you can see, it moves all the way, but we barely have any RPM increase. Just by looking on the symptoms, I will say this is a governor problem. Okay, let's turn our machine off and start our repair. Alright, here's the injection pump. We have 4 bolts on a side cover plate. Let's remove them to get access to the governor fork. Okay, bolts are removed. Now you can see inner part of the accelerator lever, which attach to the cover plate. Okay, let's pull this cover to the side and take a look inside. This is our governor fork, and as you can see, there's 2 springs, and main governor spring is broken. And we have 2 springs. One is a damper spring, which is inside the main governor spring, and end of the spring is not there. Means it broke and fall down into the oil pan. Okay, as you can see, our governor fork is moving. That's good. It means fork lever is not damaged. Okay, let's take our gear case cover and get access to another end of the spring. Okay, gear case cover is up. I removed those 4 bolts, and as you can see, my speed control link is disconnected, and now we can look inside where that spring is attached to the speed control arm. As you can see, 2 springs, 1 small spring inside of the bigger spring, and on the bottom is our start spring. We don't worry about that. It's nothing to do with the governor spring. Okay, and yeah, take a closer look. As you can see, there's gears, and now we have to carefully remove that governor spring and replace it with a new one. Yeah, on the bottom, that's a starter spring. Yeah, and that governor spring is hooked to the speed control arm. For the repair, we need a set of new springs, governor spring and the inner damper spring. I got from the local Bobcat dealer. Cost me roughly like $35. There's a part number for one and another spring. Guys, if you have any questions, put them down in the comment section below. This video is only demonstration, and if you're not comfortable to do it, don't do it. Yeah. Okay, as you can see, I attached the copper wire to the end of the springs, which hooked up to the speed control arm, because it's so easy to drop those springs inside and they will be gone forever. You don't want that happen. And before starting removing the old springs, we have our wire attached to the metal part outside. Make sure it won't get down. Okay, let's take a look on the diagram in the manual. Yeah, we see that governor spring attached to the governor fork lever, and on the bottom is our start spring. Yeah, we have to unhook our spring and install the new one. Yeah, and yeah, be very careful not to drop the old broken spring inside the crankcase or drop your new replacement spring. Okay, as you can see, everything's pretty straightforward. We have to attach the end of the spring to the speed control arm first, then stretch it and attach to the governor fork. Yeah, well, let's get that part done, and yeah, that's most important, and that's our accelerator lever, which pushes on a governor fork. Alright, I have old spring pulled out. I was using just long needle nose pliers and unhooked from the fork first over there, and then just undo it from the speed lever control part. And yeah, damper tiny spring is still fine, and we're going to replace both springs at the same time, and it should be the fix. Yeah, before doing that, let's compare our new part, which we just got from Bobcat dealer, and as you can see, they're identical. As you can see, one hook is longer than another, and that longer extended part should be attached to the governor fork lever. Okay, yeah, same springs, and it's always good to compare the parts, make sure we're using the proper components, and I would say stick to good quality Bobcat OEM parts. Now I'm going to attach the safety wire to the new spring, make sure it won't accidentally drop inside the crankcase, and yeah, here we go, 2 wires, and now we're going to hook up a spring at the speed control arm. As you can see, I already did, and small spring just hooks to the big spring on another end, and now we're going to pull that spring, those springs actually, inside and get it another end out at the governor fork. Okay, let's do that, and we'll use that wire. I fed that wire, and now I see spring coming out, and yeah, what we have to do, we just hooked up a small spring first, and then hooked up big spring to the fork lever. Yep, as you can see, my small spring is hooked up to the fork lever. Yep, all in place. It took me a couple minutes. As you can see, small spring is hooked up. Now time for the big spring. Okay, yeah, check it out. We have our springs both hooked up to the governor fork lever, and yep, springs are stretching. They're both attached on both ends, and our fork is moving back and forth freely. That's very important. Right, we have to pull our wire and do it from both sides, and now I would like you to pay attention to that governor fork arm, which one is moving, and we have another part of that arm which is behind, and this speed control lever should push on governor control arm over here where that step. Very important. If that speed control lever won't get in place properly, won't push on the governor control fork, your engine will run away, and you won't be able to shut it off and control your throttle. Engine will go maximum RPM, and it will be the big problem. Yeah, you know those YouTube videos where the engine run away and just keep maxed out throttle and blew it up. Okay, copper wire is removed. And now most important part of the repair. If you look inside, you see that step on a fork lever, speed control arm, this one behind the side cover, should pushed on that step on a fork lever at the governor. To do that, we have to push our fuel shed off solenoid, compressing that spring all the way in, and get that speed control fork behind the side cover on that step. Make sure the spring is pushing on the governor. Very important. Yeah, okay, everything's assembled, otherwise engine won't stop. It'll rev up to the crazy maximum and blew up. Yeah, okay, let's start the engine. As you can see, my engine is running and I'm increasing the RPM. RPM is all way to the maximum, limited by the governor. And yeah, let's do one more time. As you can see, I'm moving my speed control arm slowly from the cab, and RPM is up to the max, and machine will have a maximum performance. Yeah, this is a repair, and if you're not comfortable to do it and you're not sure how to put everything back together, let it do it by someone who knows how to service the Bobcats. That's very important, otherwise you might run into the serious problems. Okay, here we go, full power, no problem. And this repair took me an hour, wasn't that difficult to do. And yeah, thank you so much guys for your time watching this video. As usual, subscribe to the channel, it doesn't cost anything, and if you like it, put a thumbs up. See you.